You're listening to Tech Innovator, the podcast dedicated to cutting-edge technologies brought to you by the IEEE Techverse of Sri Lanka.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Tech Innovador Podcast Series, proudly brought to you by IEEE Techverse Sri Lanka. You're tuned into the second episode of Season 4, where we continue to explore the frontiers of technology that are shaping our world. If you joined us in our last episode, you'll know that we kicked off this season with a deep dive into satellite communication advancement. Today, we are shifting gears to another equally impactful topic, green software engineering. I'm your host, Akeela Bhanu, Vice Chair of IEEE Techverse Sri Lanka, and today we are privileged to have with us Mr. Anjana Dodampe, a Senior Software Engineer at the London Stock Exchange Group. Mr. Anjana is a computer science graduate from the University of Colombo School of Computing and a dedicated IEEE volunteer with over 5 years of experience at the national, regional, and student branch levels. His passion for sustainable software practices and extensive industry experience make him the perfect guest to help us unravel the complexities of green software engineering. Mr. Anjana, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Akeela, for the nice introduction. So, thank you once again at IEEE Techverse Sri Lanka for featuring me in this episode of Tech Innovador Podcast.
Yes, Mr. Anjana. As we navigate the ever-evolving world of software engineering, the importance of sustainability in our digital solution has become increasingly apparent. Green software engineering is at the forefront of this moment, offering pathways to reduce the environmental impact of our technology. Let's begin by understanding the fundamentals. Mr. Anjana, could you start by explaining what green software engineering is and why it's so important in today's tech landscape?
So, Akeela. So, when we take today's world, we are living in a digital era. So, we can see the majority of the world, we are data-driven and we are driven by the software. So, although the softwares may be running the world, but in another aspect, it can also be heating the world. So, in modern world, the climate change is not an unfamiliar term. It is actually a major concern to the modern world. So, when we take climate change, we can identify so many adverse weather conditions all around the world. There is a sudden surge of natural disasters and so on. So, for this climate change, the main reason for this, one of the major cause actually for this climate change is the greenhouse gas emission. So, you might be wondering how our softwares affecting this. So, actually, if we take our tech industry is significantly responsible for a portion of this global greenhouse gas emission. So, although the software on its own doesn't release any gas or any emission, but the hardware and the data centers and the network transmission media we use to do data transmission related to all these softwares, they are actually responsible for about 1% of the energy-related greenhouse gas emission in the modern world. So, if we take this ICT sector as a whole, so our ICT sector is responsible for an estimated 2 to 4% of global greenhouse gas emission. So, as the climate scientists have predicted, by 2040, so this number would reach around 14%. So, it is actually almost as much as the carbon that is emitted by the transportation modes through air, land, and sea. So, when it comes to software engineering, so software engineering is always a quite familiar term for all of us. So, software engineering is the systematic application of engineering principles for the development, operation, and maintenance of a software. So if we take software engineering, we can identify the software development lifecycle. So we have requirement analysis, design, coding, testing, and maintenance stages in that lifecycle. So above all, the main goal of developing software is producing reliable, efficient, maintainable, high quality software. So what is this green software engineering then? So green software engineering actually a new buzzword in the modern world. Actually, it is kind of a new paradigm, an emerging discipline. So green software engineering is integrating the sustainability aspect of software development process. So that means we are mainly focusing on creating functional, efficient, and environment-friendly software. So that is basically what the green software engineering is.
That's an insightful overview. Understanding the significance of green software sets the stage for the challenges and opportunities ahead. Speaking of challenges, can you tell us about carbon-aware computing and why it's significant in the context of green software?
Yeah, Akeela. So when we consider about this carbon-aware computing, actually this carbon-aware computing is a concept that is focusing on optimizing our computing workload to minimize carbon emissions. So actually this carbon-aware computing involves scheduling and executing tasks when and where the electricity is used for this kind of task is generated from cleaner renewable sources rather than the fossil fuel. So the most significant importance of this aspect is the environment impact. So we can try to reduce the carbon footprint by leading a carbon-aware computing practice. So this way we can help to mitigate the climate change kind of challenges. And also, if we aware more about this carbon-aware computing, it is a higher amount of cost saving for us. So under this carbon-aware computing, we are utilizing renewable energy. Those renewable energy, that means wind energy, solar energy, tidal energy. So these energy are a lot cheaper. So this will lead the companies for a higher number of cost savings. So that is one thing, a major significant importance of this carbon-aware computing. And also, if we maintain this carbon-aware practice, we can support our organization to meet the sustainability goal. So as we all know, there are 17 sustainable development goals. So we can lead our organizations and the corporate social responsibility, the CSR, towards achieving this sustainability goal. And also we can promote the innovation and continuous innovation. We can encourage the development of new technologies, and we can encourage best practices to promote this environmental sustainability. So, and also when it comes to the current challenges and solutions, we can identify three main areas. We come across the technical challenges, as well as the cultural and organizational challenges, and the regulatory and market challenge. So when it comes to technical challenges, we can identify the energy consumption of this green software engineering paradigm. So that means when we need to optimize softwares to consume less energy without compromising the performance, so it is actually a tedious and a complex task. So to achieve this, we may have to redesign and optimize our code. So this is time consuming in a way, and as well as it is costly. And also another challenge we come across is the measurement difficulties. So it is somewhat quite difficult to accurately measure the carbon footprint the software is producing. So this is basically, so we are mainly we are leveraging the cloud technology in these days. So our systems are on the cloud and distributed elsewhere. So there is an burden to measure the carbon footprints actually. So as well as when it comes to the cultural and organizational challenges, so when adapting these green software practices, the organizations may be reluctant at first because of the initial cost. So we need a higher capital upfront, and we need a higher investment upfront to get the tools, the training, and the energy efficient hardware. So it is we have to bear an higher initial cost. As well as this green software engineering is a new paradigm. It is relatively new, so we need the awareness and education. So actually these topics are a bit newer to the general industry professional. And also we come across the cultural shift in organization when implementing these green software practices. So the organizations are mainly focusing on the profits. So if they are going to prioritize the sustainability, they may have to go through a mindset change among the employees and the employers as well as. And also when it comes to the regulatory and market challenges, so we are experiencing the lack of standards, and the market demand for sustainable software is still growing, and convincing our stakeholders to steer toward these sustainable softwares is somewhat challenging. So these are the challenges we can come across during this transition to green softwares.
That's very true. The obstacles are indeed significant, but so are the potential solutions. In line with finding solutions, how can optimizing code and reducing unused elements significantly lower a website carbon footprint?
Yes, Akeela. So we can significantly lower the website's carbon footprint through the optimizations of the codes we are used to prepare those web applications. So one way is reducing the data transfer. So we can reduce the data transfer by minifying our code implementation. That means we can minify our CSS, JavaScript, and HTML files. So we can remove all the unnecessary characters such as spaces and comments. So actually these unwanted characters reduces the file. By removing these unwanted characters, it reduces the file sizes. So by reducing the file size, we can speed up the loading time. And also we can compress images. So we can use compressed images to load this our web application quite fast. So if we take in the current scenario, we can identify the image format WebP. So WebP is a raster graphic file format. So it is basically, it was created by the Google. So this makes our web smaller and faster. So it provides lossless and lossy compression for the images on the web. And also another thing we can do is to improve the save efficiency. So efficient coding practices, we can follow clean coding actually. So we can follow clean coding practices, and we can reduce the processing power required by servers. by implementing the optimized code implementation. And also we can eliminate redundant code and we use reusable components as much as possible. So this way we can optimize the algorithms of the code. And also we can encourage server-side processing. So we can offload the computation to the server. So we can save more energy by offloading the computation to server than the client-side processing. So this can reduce the overall energy consumption in that aspect. And also we can reduce the resource usage. We can remove the unused scripts, plugin, and actually these unwanted scripts and plugin add an additional weight to our websites. So that way we can reduce the resource usage by the servers. And also we can use an optimized content delivery network. So content delivery network, in simply we call it as a CDN. It is actually a network of servers that spread out across the world to speed up the delivery of content to the user. So they temporarily store, cache content like images, HTML and JavaScript and video on servers that are closer to the user. So by using a CDN, we can reduce energy needed for data transmission. So that is basically how we can use these efficient practices to improve the web application.
That's fascinating. It really emphasizes the power of optimization in sustainable practices. On a broader scale, how are companies contributing to the green software movement, Mr. Anjana?
Yeah, Akeela. So as I mentioned earlier, this green software engineering is a whole new paradigm. So this was actually the path to green software began more than 10 years ago. Actually, in the initial stages, the Sustainable Web Design Community Group of the World Wide Web Consortium, we all know it as the W3C. So it was established in 2013. Then the Green Web Foundation was founded and started way back in 2006. And it is basically formed to understand the kinds of energy that we need to utilize to power the internet. So by following those stages, now we have come to the Green Web Foundation that is working towards the goal of fossil-free internet by 2030. So you may know that that big companies like Microsoft, Google, and these companies are trying to implement these practices of green software engineering to minimize this carbon emission. They are optimizing the code bases of the software products they are producing, as well as they are improving energy efficiency in the data centers. So around the world, in most data centers of them, they are utilizing the power of renewable energy resources. As well as Green Software Foundation. This is actually a foundation under the umbrella of Linux Foundation. It is initially founded by the organizations like Accenture, Microsoft, ThoughtWorks. So this Green Software Foundation is a non-profit organization which aims to reduce the greenhouse gas emission from the software. So those kind of things are the things related to the sustainable green software movement actually.
Yeah, it's encouraging to see industry leaders stepping up in this area. Speaking of leadership, as you said, Green Software Foundation, what role does the Green Software Foundation play in promoting sustainable software practices?
Yeah, Akeela. So, Green Software Foundation plays a vital role in promoting sustainable software engineering. So, it is basically act as the authorized force in setting standards. So, this Green Software Foundation helps companies to adapt and practice these green software engineering principles, as well as it raises awareness, education through numerous resources, as well as this Green Software Foundation is encouraging collaboration, and they are working towards community building related to these best practices, as well as these things are encouraging research and innovation. So we can identify so many new researchers that are supported by these initiatives. So that way, this Green Software Foundation is playing a crucial role in empowering our developer community to make a transition towards this green and sustainable software.
The work being done by the Green Software Foundation is certainly inspiring. Indeed, very, very inspiring. Now, shifting focus to technology, how does artificial intelligence or as AI impact the environment, and what steps can be taken to mitigate this?
Well, so as you know, nowadays everyone is talking about AI in this, AI in that, and all. So we can see the AI has impacted huge impact in our lives, day-to-day life. So actually, we are at a stage where it feels like we can't do anything without AI. So when we take AI, we can identify so many positive contributions of AI. So we can see how the world organizations, they are using the AI to environmental monitoring. They are using AI to monitor deforestation. They are using AI to track wildlife, and they are using to measure pollution, as well as they are using the power of AI to optimize the energy usage across grids, and they are trying to reduce the energy use and energy usage related emission. As well as this AI is immensely supporting in climate predictions. So AI models can predict climate patterns and natural disasters in time. So those are the positive impacts that AI thrives on us. So when it comes to practicing AI to get these kind of positive impacts, so the AI is mainly data driven. So we have to use data to train machine learning models, and those machine learning model training requires enormous processing power. So that is where we have to find certain things, certain solutions to mitigate this environmental impact we may come across when powering these kind of technologies. So in that aspect, we can use the energy efficient hardware. So investing in energy efficient processors, we can reduce the power required for AI computation by investing in that kind of hardware. As well as we can promote sustainable AI practices. We can develop a small AI efficient AI models that requires less computational powers. By doing so, we can minimize the environmental impact of AI.
Pretty critical that we address the environment cost of AI as it continues to advance day by day, minute by minute, and second by second. On that note, can you discuss the importance of choosing efficient algorithms and reducing training data in AI development?
Absolutely. So choosing efficient algorithms is very crucial in AI development for several reasons. So if we take these efficient algorithms, so these efficient algorithms means they require less computational power. So requiring this less computational power leads to lower energy consumption. So this is very vital in reducing the environmental impact of AI. And also these efficient algorithms, they can be used to process data faster. So this will lead in getting us quicker results. So this will aid the more responsive AI system, as well as we can say the cost reduction. So lower computational requirements mean the reduced cost for hardware and electricity. So making AI development more affordable. So this will immensely benefit the organization. As well as the efficient algorithms can handle larger data sets and they can handle more complex tasks without increasing the resource usage at will. So this is the way they become more scalable. So that in that ways we can identify the significance of these efficient algorithms in the AI development landscape.
That's a great point. Efficiency is key to sustainability in AI. Looking ahead, what are the long-term goals for green software engineering and how can developers contribute to a more sustainable future?
Yeah. So if we take long-term goals, actually the long-term goal is the reduction of carbon emission. That means reducing our carbon footprint. So as we move along these green software practices, our main goal should be to optimize the code we write, and also we must use renewable energy sources as much as possible to run the data centers that power the current cloud ecosystem. As well as we should encourage organization more to adapt these green practices, and also we have to educate and advocate the industry professionals on the importance of this green software engineering, as well as we should leverage the efficient algorithms, and we should encourage more and more developers to write these kind of efficient algorithms, as well as we should reduce the redundant data. We should minimize the data usage, as well as we should encourage the developers to reuse the code components as much as possible. So these are the things that should be main goals when it comes to green software engineering. So I think as we move along, the tech community will adapt these policies and practices, and they will adhere to these green software engineering principles, and they will try to make softwares more sustainable in the coming future.
It's exciting to think about how developers can drive change in this area. Finally, as we consider the future, how do you envision the role of green software evolving in the next decade?
Yeah. So in this decade also, we can identify so many breathtaking innovation happening around the world. So when it comes to next coming up decades, so it's going to be a quite challenging decade for the entire world. So we may have to go through numerous hardship because of the climate change happening right now. So with the global warming and sudden surge of various natural disasters, so we are quite we have to get ready to a fascinating fascinating win in terms of facing for challenges. So we have to get ourselves fully geared to tackle those challenges. So the weapon we have is the technology, and we have to use it wisely, and we have to leverage it for the betterment of both human and the planet. So the next decade is going to be quite interesting. So the mainstream software industry will try to focus much towards sustainable software products, and there can be enhanced tools and frameworks which we can utilize to apply these software engineering principles in our code bases, as well as we can see the increased use of renewable energy to power these hardwares around the world. And also the carbon aware computing will take its gain in the coming decades. And also there can be industry standards and certification related to green software engineering, and there can be life cycle management, including that mean the organizations will try to adapt these green software engineering principles to the software development life cycle itself. So there can be cross-industry impact. That means this green software engineering will evolve to other industries as well as apart from tech industry. So there is healthcare and finance. So it will get its gain by expanding across these industries, as well as for those who are willing to learn this green software engineering, there are numerous learning materials. So these things will improve as we move along the next few years. So today also we have green software practitioners certifications in Linux Foundation. So that way the future is quite interesting. So we have so many challenges up sleeve, but we can aid these kind of technological paradigms to tackle those challenges successfully. So we can use this kind of green software engineering to leverage the technology we have to the betterment of our world.
The future of green software certainly looks promising. Thanks to pioneers like yourself, Mr. Anjana. Thank you for sharing your insights with us today. We have had a truly enlightening discussion today with Mr. Anjana Dodampe on the crucial topic of green software engineering. We hope this conversation has sparked new ideas and insights for all our listeners. Before we wrap up, Mr. Anjana, we'd love to hear your perspective on IEEE Techverse Sri Lanka and its role in promoting sustainable technology practices.
Thank you very much, IEEE Techverse Sri Lanka, for featuring me as a speaker for this episode of Tech Innovator Podcast. So it's my pleasure to engage with IEEE Techverse Sri Lanka. So as an technological enthusiast, I'm always passionate about latest cutting-edge technologies. So the IEEE Techverse Sri Lanka is the brand name that promotes the the latest knowledge on sustainable and latest cutting-edge technology practices. So I think there is a wide community reach within IEEE Sri Lanka, IEEE Techverse Sri Lanka. So it will immensely help our undergraduate and industry professional community to get in touch with the sustainable technology practices.
Thank you, Mr. Anjana, for sharing your expertise and thoughts with us today. We truly appreciate your contribution to this important conversation. Thank you, listeners, for joining us on this episode of Tech Innovator. If you're eager to dive deeper into the latest tech innovations, don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. We have got plenty more exciting content lined up for you this season. Until next time, I'm Akeela Bhanu from IEEE Techverse Sri Lanka, signing off. Stay curious, embrace sustainability, and keep tuning in for more cutting-edge insights into the ever-evolving world of technology. Goodbye.